Yes, good morning. This is the third part of chapter Human Health and Disease. First topic is food and waterborne disease. If the disease spread from food and water, then to prevent this disease, proper personal hygiene, including the body clean and consumption of clean drinking water, food and vegetables should be there. Proper public hygienic should be followed. Proper disposal of waste and excreta should be there. Periodic cleaning should be there. Disinfection should be there. Example: typhoid, amoeboisis and ascariasis. Next is airborne disease. It is mainly with the close contact with infected person and their belongings should be avoided. Personal hygiene is also very important to prevent disease. Example: pneumonia and common cold. Vector-borne disease are those which are spread with the different agents like mosquito and rats. So mainly if the disease is spread with vector, then we must control or eliminate the vector and their breeding place, avoid stagnation of water, introducing the fish like gambusia in the ponds that feed on the mosquito larva, spraying the pesticides, spraying the insecticides in the water area. Door and windows should be covered with wire mesh. Some common vectors are Aedes, Culis, mosquito and houseflies. Disease can now be prevented through vaccines and immunization also. And sometimes antibiotics and various drugs have enabled us to fight this disease also. Next is immunity. Next topic is immunity. Immunity is the ability of an host to fight against the disease causing organism. The disease is caused by foreign agent known as pathogen. Any foreign substance that causes disease is known as pathogen. There are different type of immunity: innate immunity and acquired immunity. Innate immunity is present from the time of birth and it is not pathogen specific. And acquired immunity, it is not present from the time of birth and it is pathogen specific. Immunity may be referred based on the memory that the immune system have for that of pathogen. Means memory recognize or memory help for providing the immunity. Yes, you can see immunity. Immunity is inborn immunity and acquired immunity. Acquired is of two type: natural and artificial. Natural immunity further classified into two: active and passive. Artificial is also further classified into two: active and passive artificial immunity. In natural active immunity, contact with the disease will adapt the organism for natural active immunity. Placenta and mother milk is natural passive immunity example. And in artificial active immunity, vaccines like you can say heat killed toxoid or recombinant DNA is example of active natural artificial immunity. And in passive artificial immunity, sometimes serum is introduced inside the body known as immune serum. Innate immunity. Innate immunity is that immunity which is present at the time of birth. Innate immunity provide the barrier so that the foreign particle cannot enter inside the body. Innate immunity consists of four type of barrier: physical barrier, physiological barrier, cellular barrier and cytokine barrier. Physical barrier is our skin. Yes, physical barrier. Physical barrier is that barrier which prevents the entry of pathogen inside the body, and skin is the main barrier which prevents the entry of microorganism. Mucus coating. Mucus is the layer present in the lining of respiratory tract. This also acts as a physical barrier. Next is physiological barrier. Physiological means functional barrier. Sometimes body secretion act as physiological barrier that prevent the microbial growth. That is HCl. HCl is present in stomach which kill the bacteria that may enter inside the body with the help of food. And mouth contains saliva which act as a physiological barrier. Eyes has tears, physiological barrier. Next is cellular barrier. Certain cells of body kill the microbe and provide the immunity. The microbe or the pathogen is killed by engulfing its cell or destroying the cell or pathogen by chemical. WBC, white blood cell, is the soldier of our body which provide the cellular immunity or cellular barrier. WBCs are of two type, PMNL and natural killer cells. They mainly phagocytose and destroy the microbe. Next is cytokine barrier. Cytokine barrier has interferons in it, that is proteinaceous component, and this interferon protect the healthy cell from the further infection by the pathogen, and these protein or interferons are secreted by virus infected cells. So interferons protect the non-infected cell from further viral infection. Yes, you can see here. If the normal cell is there, then this natural killer cell and this receptor will not target the normal cell. But when the normal cell changes into tumor cell, then this natural killer cell or inhibitory receptor will lyse, or you can say break down the tumor cell so that disease cannot be spread. Yes, this is again the interferon mechanism. Virus infect the normal cell, and this will lead to production of interferons protein. This interferons will enter in the surrounding, or you can say just next cell. In the fourth and fifth point here, interferon stimulate the cell to turn on gene for antiviral protein. If the virus further target the second cell, then the infection will not take place in the second cell. So by this we can prevent the means interferons can prevent the infection to the surrounding cell. Next is acquired immunity. It is pathogen specific and it is characterized by memory. When pathogen encounter body for the first time, body respond by producing initial response known as primary response. When the same pathogen again enter the body, then the second response is highly intense or known as secondary immune response. Secondary immune response is very fast and you can say very strong response of immune system because it has memory cells. Type of acquired immunity: antibody mediated immunity and cell mediated immunity. In the acquired immunity, there are two lymphocytes are involved, that is B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes will produce antibodies and T lymphocytes will produce the B cells, and these B cells will help for the production of antibodies. Means T lymphocytes directly or indirectly provide help to the B lymphocytes to produce antibodies, and antibodies are the soldiers of our body so that immunity will be maintained. Antibody mediated acquired immunity. First topic. In antibody mediated acquired immunity, B cells and T cells will generate the primary response and secondary response. When a pathogen enters the body, the B lymphocyte identify that as a foreign substance and responds by producing an army of protein called as antibodies. Antibodies are the protein which fight against pathogen to eradicate them from foreign bodies. T lymphocytes and T cells help B cells to produce antibodies. Since antibodies are found in blood, this immunity response is also called as humoral immune response. Yes, humoral immunity. You can see lymphocytes and the yellow one Y-shaped structure are antibody, and antigen is in blue color. The antigen is surrounded by antibodies, and these antibodies will break down the antigen, that is the disease causing agent. Antigen is the disease causing agent. This disease causing agent is attacked by antibody. Now, what are antibodies? These are the protein produced by lymphocytes. Antibody contain 4 peptide chain. Among 4 chain, 2 chains are small known as light chain and 2 are long chains known as heavy chains. Both chains are connected by disulfide bond, and the formula of antibody is H2 and L2. H2L2. An antibody has different areas. First is variable area and second is constant region. If the structure change or the region that may change according to different type of antigen, this is known as variable region, and the region in the antibody which has constant structure is known as constant region. This is the structure of antibody molecule. You can see here light chain and heavy chain, disulfide bond is also represented, and antigen binding site at the top, and the structure of antibody is just a Y-shaped structure, and you can see 2 heavy chain, that is H2, and 2 light chain, that is L2. This is again the same structure of antibody, antigen binding area and FC area. FAB is antigen binding, light chain, heavy chain, disulfide bond. These are 5 type of antibodies given. The name of antibodies are IgM. Ig is immunoglobulin, IgM, IgG, IgA, IgE and IgD. IgM is pentamer, IgG is monomer in structure, IgA is dimer, IgE is monomer, IgD is also a monomer structure. And the name of heavy chain is mu, gamma, alpha, delta, epsilon. Number of antigen binding sites are in M is 10, G is 2, A is 4, E is 2, D is 2. So you can read this table. Function of antibody. Function of antibodies. Mainly antibody provide immunity. IgG provide long-term protection and it persists for months and years. IgG prevent against bacteria, virus and neutralize the bacterial toxin. And IgG will bind with the antigen to, you can say, provide immunity. And main function of the main function of IgA is to bind antigen on microbe before they invade the tissue. Means this IgA bind with the antigen so that infection may not spread. IgA are also called first line of defense. IgM is involved in ABO blood group system. IgM will increase the phagocytosis. IgE is mainly response with the allergic situation, mast cell and basophils, and IgD is present on the surface of B cell which initiate the synthesis of antibody. Yes, you can see here B cells antigen is given here, and you can see the multiplication of antibody is there and memory cell formation is also there. Means when antibody formation take place from B lymphocytes or B cells, then it will lead to the formation of antibody molecule as well as some memory cells for the antigen. This memory cell will act when secondary immune response take place. Thank you.